everybody, Civic this here again to talk to you about what I bought and what I watched today. And today I have a lot to show you. Decided to get up early this morning and go out and do a little yard selling. For whatever reason today, there were a ton of yard sales. Throughout the week, I was constantly passing signs, hanging up on poles, telephone poles and stop sign poles, letting me know that there were yard sales going on all over the place. So I definitely had to get up early today, go out, see what was going on. And like I said, there were a ton of great yard sales, picked up some fantastic titles, so let's take a look at what I got. The first yard sale I stopped at, I ended up picking up 7 titles for a total of $10, all on DVD, which was a great deal, and the first title I picked up was Shooter. Now this movie is a complete blind buy. I've never seen it, I really know nothing about it other than what I read on the synopsis, but I have heard good things. It gets somewhat decent reviews, and for the price I paid, I figured I'd pick it up and check it out. The next title I grabbed was The Wind and the Lion, another complete blind buy, but it does star Sean Connery. Sounded good to me. Also gets great reviews online, so I had to grab it. Then I grabbed El Cid. Once again, another blind buy, but it does star Sophia Loren, and it also stars Charlton Heston. Sounded great to me. Looks to be a great, classic, epic movie, so definitely had to grab this one, and I can't wait to check it out. Next, I picked up The Fall of the Roman Empire, once again starring Sophia Loren, and once again, a complete blind buy. But just like El Cid, looked to be a fantastic, epic movie, so this one I definitely had to pick up as well. Next, I grabbed Abraxas, Guardian of the Universe. I have no idea if I'm pronouncing that correctly. My guess is probably not. This here is, again, another blind buy. However, this is one of the titles that I come across quite often at places like flea markets and pawn shops and yard sales. I always see this movie, and I always think about getting it, but for whatever reason, I always pass up on it and grab something different. It does star Jesse the Body Ventura, so that there definitely sells me on this one. So, like I said, I see it a lot. I always think about picking it up, so today, definitely had to grab it. Then I picked up My Boy Jack, starring Daniel Radcliffe. This movie, I really knew nothing about as well. I had heard of it, but besides hearing the name and the occasional talk about this movie, I really knew nothing about it. But it does get fantastic reviews online, and it just looks to be a really good movie. And this will actually be my first Daniel Radcliffe movie I've ever seen, with the exception of the Harry Potter movies. I have not seen him in a single movie other than the Harry Potter films, so I'm looking forward to checking him out. See how he does. I'm sure he'll be great, because like I said, this gets fantastic reviews, so definitely had to grab it, and I can't wait to check it out. And the last title I picked up from this one particular yard sale was probably the best title I grabbed, and that was Caligula, this here being the unrated edition. If you haven't seen this movie, it's interesting. The best way to describe this movie would probably be as close to a porn as you can get without maybe actually being a porn. It's an interesting title. I don't know what much more to say than that. It's really weird. It does star Malcolm McDowell, so that's always a plus, but still very, very strange movie. But I really want to get myself a copy either on DVD or Blu-ray, because I do have this one on CED, so like I said, really want to get myself a DVD or Blu-ray copy to go along with my CED copy. I was very, very excited to find this, although I almost didn't get it, because the lady at the yard sale had no idea this was in the pile of DVDs she had for sale. Apparently, she put a bunch of DVDs out, and her husband went and put this one in as well. She was kind of upset. When she saw that I picked this title up, she wasn't quite sure if she wanted to sell it to me or not. She actually wanted to keep this. She paid like a lot of money for this. I think she paid like $40 for this, she said, when she bought it. And she was a big fan, so she wasn't quite sure if she wanted to let go of it or not. But in the end, she said, fine, just take it. So very, very happy to get myself a copy of this. The next yard sale I stopped at picked up one title on DVD, and that was The Devil Wears Prada. Grabbed this for only $1. Now this title here, I know, it's a chick flick. I'm well aware of that. But I've actually heard good things about this movie from not only women, but from men as well. And it's one of those movies that I just always kind of thought, you know, I kind of wanted to see what it was about. I have no idea if I'm going to like this movie or not. It could be a good chick flick. I mean, I have many chick flicks in my collection that I absolutely love. This could be one of them. I don't know. So it's just one of those movies that I've always wanted to check out just to see what the movie is about and see if it's any good. But I've never wanted to pay anything much for it. I always kind of thought if I ever come across it for $1, I'll grab it and check it out. And sure enough, came across it for $1 today, so I had to grab it, and I look forward to checking it out. Then the next yard sale I stopped at, grabbed myself 3 CD soundtracks, all for 25 cents a piece. And the first one here is The Commitments. It's an okay soundtrack. I actually have this movie on Laserdisc, but I have not watched it yet. From what I can gather, though, the soundtrack is just... because the movie's about a band, and this is basically just the band playing these songs, so these are all covers. Looks to be some interesting covers. Listen to a little bit of this. It seems to be okay. Then I grabbed the soundtrack to Pump Up the Volume. This is another soundtrack that I really expected to be a lot better, because I remember for some reason the soundtrack being better in the movie. Whether it was or not, I'm not sure. Kind of upset not to see the Descendants on here. Really expected to see some of them on here, but nothing. So, an okay soundtrack, but I really think it could have been better. But the best soundtrack I picked up was definitely Kill Bill Volume 1. Love this soundtrack. This is one of those soundtracks that I can put in from the first track to the last track, listen to it all the way through. It's great. Probably one of my favorite Quentin Tarantino soundtracks, because when it comes to his soundtracks, they're always a lot of fun. They always have a great, just an eclectic taste of music. They're usually really good soundtracks, but I usually end up skipping over a lot. I'll like a couple songs a lot on the soundtracks, other ones I'll just skip right over. But this one, I listen to pretty much every single song, and it's got some great music on it, so a fantastic soundtrack. Very happy to have in the collection. And the last yard sale I stopped at, picked up 3 HD DVDs for a total of $1. Not $1 each, but $1 total. An amazing deal. And the first title I got was Ocean's 13. Already have this one on Blu-ray, but I love adding titles to my HD DVD collection, so I definitely had to grab this one. It's a great movie. Very happy to have it on HD DVD. Then I picked up Arctic Tale. And this was a blind buy. I really know nothing about it, but that's it says on the front from the people who brought you March of the Penguins. That sounds good to me. It seems to be a great documentary. I have come across this a few times on DVD and on Blu-ray, but I've always passed up on it. But for less than $1 on HD DVD, definitely had to grab it, and I'm sure it'll be a great watch. And then I saved the best HD DVD for last, and that was Planet Earth. This year being the 4 DVD collector's edition, and this also being the US release. Now the US release is different from the UK release. I believe it is edited a little bit differently. It's also narrated by Sigourney Weaver. So very happy to have this, because I do already have the UK release on DVD, and I also have the UK release on HD DVD as well. So now I have both the UK release and the US release on HD DVD, and that is fantastic. I have not seen the US release yet, so I definitely look forward to checking this one out, and it was a fantastic deal. So that's what I bought today, so now on to what I watched. And today's Halloween Horror-thon title was Hatchet II. This I was definitely looking forward to checking out, because I really enjoyed the first Hatchet movie. I thought it had a great story. I loved all the practical special effects. It just had a really great kind of late 80s, early 90s sort of slash movie feel to it. It was a great movie. I'm a big fan of it, and I would highly recommend everybody check out Hatchet. It's great. Unfortunately, Hatchet 2 wasn't absolutely horrible, but it was pretty much just a BS reason to make another Hatchet movie. The story, as I said, it was complete BS. It just seemed like a really dumb reason to get people in the woods being hunted down by Victor Crowley. That was it. It didn't really make much sense. They could have made a whole new story, but they tried to link it to the first one, and it just seemed really cheesy and really stupid. It actually kind of reminded me of Descent 2 when they go back into the cave again. Sort of same thing. It's people basically going back into the woods again, looking for people. It just didn't really make much sense. It just seemed really stupid. It just did not seem like a very good story at all. But with that being said, we get a ton of great special effects once again. The special effects in this movie are great. They're all practical. There's no CGI blood. It's all practical special effects, and it is fantastic. The kills in this movie are amazing. If you love watching slash movies for great kills, you're going to enjoy this movie, because there are a ton of them. So even though the story might have been complete crap, and like I said, it was just a real BS reason to make another Hatchet movie, it is worth watching for diehard slasher fans who really like watching just a crazy guy go around killing people and just watching other great kills, and you really enjoy practical special effects. You're going to enjoy the movie. And as I said, it wasn't horrible. I've seen much worse slasher movies. All in all, it was an okay movie. Just a stupid reason to make a movie, but it wasn't horrible. It was certainly worth a watch. If you've seen the first one, there's no reason why not to check this one out. If you can get it for cheap, I would say pick it up, add it to your collection. Again, if you did enjoy the first one, You'll probably enjoy it, but it's nothing great. It is somewhat mediocre, but at least we get some fantastic kills in this and some fantastic special effects. So all in all, it was an okay movie. So that's it for what I bought when I watched today. Definitely got some fantastic deals from all the yard sales I hit up today. And that was just 4 of the yard sales I hit up. I actually went to a lot today. Unfortunately, those were only 4 with actual titles I wanted to pick up. But still, some amazing deals there. Very, very happy about that. And also watching Hatchet 2, like I said, I enjoyed it. It was an okay movie. The story just wasn't all that great, but it did have some great practical special effects, had some really great kills in it, had some good laughs as well. So all in all, it was somewhat mediocre of a story, but if you're a fan of slasher movies, and if you're a fan of the first Hatchet movie, it's worth checking out. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned to see what I bought when I watch tomorrow. See ya. Next I picked up Arctic Tail. And this is definitely a blind buy. I know nothing about this, but as it says from the then I saved the best HD DVD for last, and that was Planet Earth. This year being the 4 DVD collector's edition, which is the US release of this. It is a little bit different. God damn it! And I actually had the UK release on HD DVD as well. So now I have the UK release and the US release on HD DVD